Hello and welcome to Crypto News. Today it is the 27th of August 2026 and the top crypto news is as follows. We will begin today's episode with something I want to add to from the previous episode. First, let me tell you this is not about the price. We will leave that aside. I want to talk about Solana, which, as we told you in the previous episode, completed 4.2 billion transactions. The main reason for this increase and the new record currently within the ecosystem appears to be the growth of tokenization. To give you a figure, the tokenization of real-world assets through Solana has reached close to $4 billion in total market capitalization. So this is what is currently driving Solana higher. Moving on in our episode, we will go to the European Central Bank, which is supporting privacy in Europe's central bank digital currency. Specifically, the European Central Bank is defending the privacy by design approach connected to Europe's CBDC. A member of the ECB's executive board, Mr. Spiero, stated that the design of the digital euro will limit the amount of transaction information available to the central bank, saying that the Eurosystem will not be able to identify users who make or receive payments. Nevertheless, the banks that users use for their transactions will, of course, be able to identify users since transactions take place through them. The main reason for this will be to combat money laundering and similar activities, while the Eurosystem will not be able to directly link specific individuals to digital euro payments. So those are the details regarding Europe's digital currency, which, at least as we are told, they want to include privacy, which is a right we are entitled to after all. From the European Central Bank, we will move to our Bitcoin ETFs, which managed to overcome the outflows of 2026 thanks to 7 consecutive days of inflows. As you can see from our chart, thanks to August's inflows of $3 billion, we have managed for the time being to be in the green on our ETFs. The main reason, as already mentioned, is those 7 consecutive days of inflows. And if BlackRock had released its numbers, I would soon tell you what we did yesterday as well, but we do not fully know that yet. From the ETFs, which are currently in the green, we will move to Ethereum and to developers who are proposing an upgrade to make it more secure in terms of quantum resistance as it relates to staking. Specifically, Ethereum developers have proposed rebuilding the contract through which every validator passes on its way to staking. This proposal targets a limitation hidden in the existing contract. It hard codes the parameters of BLS 12-381, setting public keys at 48 bytes and signature fields at 96 bytes. Quantum schemes currently require much more space than the system has to offer. So they have settled on this solution as a transitional measure to make the network more secure in this area until we can move to something more robust technologically. This is a proposal. It does not mean it will happen, but it appears to be a good upgrade for Ethereum if it chooses to implement it. And beyond the crypto networks that we know need to become more secure against quantum computers, the same must apply to banks, dear audience. Because as we know from previous episodes, they want to build their own blockchains as well. And since everything will run on blockchain anyway, they too must be quantum secure. Let us see what they are doing about that. First, let us note that banks and financial regulatory authorities across Europe, the Middle East, and Asia have participated in a pilot program testing quantum resistant signatures for digital wallets of tokenized assets and on-chain transfers. The pilot program uses a multi-party computation protocol that supports LDSA60, a post-quantum digital signature standard developed by the National Institute of Standards and Technology of the United States on a quantum-resistant test network called NIR. So all of this is being tested on the NIR protocol infrastructure so that banks can test the creation and transfer of wallets in a shared application environment. So those are the latest developments from the banks, which, as I said, also need to become quantum secure now that they want to enter blockchain. Moving on now to our beloved crypto market, we will see Bitcoin standing at $78,000 to $79,000. You are going to ask why I am highlighting this just go and watch yesterday's episode. The PCE figures also came out, which stood at 3.7%. They were expecting 3.6%, but it came in at 3.7% again. So it did not fall as they had hoped. Nevertheless, in 20 days, when the interest rate decision comes out, we still have a 63% probability of seeing rates held steady and not increased. That wraps up the top news for crypto today. It is the 27th of August 2026. I'd like to remind you that the content you just watched is created for educational purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice, but rather as investment opinion. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and feel free to comment. Take care, everyone, and have a good day.